Hello everyone, what's going on? It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to Rival Watch, Manchester City versus Bournemouth. And we've got Brighton against Aston Villa, guys. Double watch along today, guys. Double the whammy. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're doing fine. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you guys. A little bit of a somber mood today, of course, with the goings on at Man United, of course. We got links. Of course, links are naturally going to come out after a terrible result, isn't it? A terrible result. Yesterday's links are naturally going to come out. That's what Man United do. Links come out, rumors come out to try and divert the attention. But it's always important to keep our attention fixed on what the most important thing is getting those Glazers and Ineos out, of course, and putting them under pressure. Guys, now, obviously, watch it on today. Man City and Bournemouth. I think this is I got mainly my eye on this one because I think this could be an upset. I really do. I like the way Bournemouth are. Look at Cook. I look at Alex Scott in the middle on their pitch. They've got a good midfield going on there. They got Ryan. They got Evan Nielsen. They got a good team, guys, to be honest with you. So I am very interested to watch Bournemouth. Of course, keeping one eye on Brighton, Hove Albion as well, guys, and Aston Villa. Aston Villa, of course, got a couple of players there as well, out and in. So be interesting watch here today. Just go through the lineups real quickly for you guys. In regards to Manchester City, we've got Donnarumma in goal. They're playing a 4-3-3. Kusanov is a right back. We've got Diaz and Mark Gay, Vardial. We got as a left back. We got Lewis, Anderson, and O'Reilly as the three in midfield. An English midfield for Manchester City. Who would have thought that? An English midfield for Man City, a full English midfield. We got Semenyo, Haaland, and Foden up front for Manchester City. In regards to Aston Villa, we got Petrovic in goal, Truffert. In regards to Bournemouth, we've got Petrovic in goal, Truffert, Silva, Hill, Smith as the back four, Petrovic the goalkeeper, Scott and Cook in the middle. We got Tavernier, Kluivert, and Ryan. Guys up front there in the attack, and then we got Evan Nielsen up front. With the substitutions for Man City, we got Rulli as the goalkeeper. We got the defender Nunes, Nori, Rice, Kovacic, Nico Gonzalez, Cherky, Grealish, and Mamouche. As for Bournemouth, we got Dennis, we got Diakite, Toff, Sanchez, Adams, Rodriguez, Gannon, Dope, and we've got Jefferson and Brooks. Now, in regards to Brighton and Hove Albion and of course Aston Villa, a couple of interesting new starting lineups. A couple of interesting news here in regards to their lineups. In regards to Brighton, let's go through Brighton's lineup first. So Bruggen in goal. We got a Wafer. Vuskovic is the new player signing there, good player. Dunk Buscagli as a left back. Gross and Ayari in the middle. We got Gomez, Hinshelwood, and De Kuyper in the attack, and Rutter up front. As for Aston Villa, we got Bissot as the in goal, left back Martin, Lindelof and Torres in the centre backs. We got Johnny Cash as a right back, not Johnny, but I just called him Johnny Cash. Gomez and Kamara in the middle, and we got Hemmings, Barkley, McGinn up front, and we got Buendia, guys, as a striker there. Welcome everyone to the stream. Let me just read for the substitutions: Brighton, Costinha, Svoboda, Studrick, Yokoyi, Kostulas, Osman, and David and Johanna as the substitution. In regards to Aston Villa, we've got Suzuki, the new goalkeeper. There is on the bench Ruggeri, Mings, Bogard, Lynch, Rowe, Garnacho is there, guys. Alejandro Garnacho is there, guys. Allison and Burrows, that is those substitutions there. Welcome to the stream, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Smash those likes. Let's get the subscriptions up as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Absolute legends, guys. Thank you. So, yeah, looking forward to the game, to be honest with you. A good chance to have a little bit of a chat. I don't mind. We could chat about anything. We want to chat about United. More than happy to chat about United. Of course, it's been a bit of a crazy one over the last 24 hours. Since then, we've had a chance to digest everything, of course. And it's still very hard to digest. It's still very hard to come to terms with what happened yesterday. It was just, I feel betrayed. Don't you guys? I just feel so betrayed by what happened yesterday. I have so much optimism, so much hope that I felt that, you know what, we got this. Do you know what I mean? We got this. But unfortunately, they let us down, guys. Again, just never trust this team never trust under this ownership. I don't trust them. I don't trust that they want what we want. I don't trust that they want footballing glory. I think they want commercial glory. That's what I think. I think it's commercial glory, the most important thing for Manchester United, to be honest with you, you know? And I'm disappointed by that because that's not who we are. We are a football club at the end of the day, and I want success on the football pitch, and that's how we all should be. We should all be vying for success on the football pitch. That's how we should be, of course, guys. But unfortunately, it is what it is at the moment. And hopefully we can get those Glazers and Ineos out. We've got to keep the pressure on. Guys, let me tell you something right now. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking at my streams, reporting my channel and this and that. You know, this is what these people do. You know what I mean? They've done it to KG. They've done it to other people. They've done it to people within the industry. And this is what they do, guys. They can't take criticism. They hate criticism. They can't take truth. They hate truth. But that's it, guys. But we're here to watch Man City and Bournemouth and Brighton and Villa. Haaland, by the way, just to let you know, has cut off his hair, guys. Haaland has cut off his hair. He's got no more blonde dregs. No more blonde locks, guys. No more blonde locks, Haaland. He's got no more hair. He's cut off his hair, guys. Can you believe it? I don't believe it. You know, I think he's modeling the Pep Guardiola, was it Pep Guardiola stroke Enzo Maresca look? I think they all want to look the same at the end of the day. I don't know. Everyone wants that little bit of bald head and a little bit of stubble. The Pep Guardiola look, isn't it? At the end of the day, guys, that's what it is, I think. Absolutely, guys. Guys, we are underway in these games, especially the Aston Villa game is underway now. At the moment, guys, it's underway. We are underway for that game, guys. Welcome aboard, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Really, really appreciate it, of course. Absolutely. Big up, everyone. We're keeping you up to date with all of them. With all the games, guys, we're keeping you up to date with all the games, of course. So, obviously, yeah, look, you know, one thing I would say is that I just hope that we can just move on. You know, when you lose a game, you get that feeling that you just want to play another game straight away. You just want to play tomorrow. You know what I mean? You don't want to wait a long time to play, you know, because it's so frustrating. Then you have to deal with all the banter and all that afterwards and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, and it's just so frustrating. We're just waiting for, obviously, Man City and Bournemouth to just deal with this tribute. I don't know who they're tributing, but they are late. Guys, should have came out a little bit early, but they are tributing someone here, guys. I don't know who they're tributing, but yeah, a little bit late here in the Man City game, but we're keeping an eye on the Brighton game, of course, as well, guys. That's what we're keeping an eye on. Big up, everyone. Of course, smash those likes. All right, guys, smash those likes. Enough with the... Right, this is for Kevin Keegan, by the way. So big up Kevin Keegan. I think it was a bit late. And that was a few months ago, of course. But big up Kevin Keegan, 1951 to 2026, of course, Kevin Keegan. One of the real ones in football, by the way. One of the few real ones in football was Kevin Keegan. Proper football man he was. And fair play to Kevin Keegan, absolutely. Little bit late here, though. 3 minutes gone in the Brighton and Aston Villa game at the moment. Brighton... guys are obviously playing Aston Villa. Aston Villa, it's interesting to speak about Aston Villa right now because Aston Villa have got sold a lot of their players. It's very difficult to analyze them at the moment to see where they are. I know that they've got Manzambi. I don't think Manzambi's playing today. However, Manzambi's not playing today. They've got Gomez there. Of course, João Gomez, who was linked to Man United. Aston Villa have got João Gomez in their lineup. So, you know, he's a decent replacement, to be fair, you know, and there you go. They've got him. They've also got a lad called George Hemmings, big fan, very good youngster. So we're underway in the game, guys. We're underway in the Man City game. We're going on now, guys. Big up everyone in the stream. Smash those likes if you don't mind. If you could be as kind to do that, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, guys. Really, really appreciate it. We're underway. So I hope you're well, guys. I hope you'll digest a little bit in regards to Man United. We've forgotten about it, haven't we? Not really. I had hoped that we would forget about it. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to forget about that performance too soon, guys. I'll probably remember it for the rest of the season, you know. And yeah, you know, it's just like a balloon, right? And then, you know, they put a needle in the balloon and it just deflates. And then you're just like, all that enthusiasm, hope. But to be honest with you, I did analyze, obviously, the friendlies when the friendlies were going on. And we kind of looked at the friendlies and we kind of saw like a little bit of alarm bells there and stuff. There wasn't like, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't great. It wasn't the worst in the world, you know. Goal kick to Lewis Dunk. A goal kick. Lewis don't concede the goal kick. No, he can't concede a goal kick, but it's a goal kick to Brighton and Hove Albion. Yeah, I mean, we saw some alarm bells there in the friendly games. I don't know about you, but when I saw the Wrexham game, the Atletico game, the PSG game, the Leeds game, we saw, and the Rosenborg was, I think that was just a different game. I mean, Rosenborg were absolutely atrocious, but I mean, I think they looked like a less than a non-league side. But when it came to the PSG game, and I looked at the context of the PSG game, I looked at the obviously the Leeds game as well, which, in fairness, we were lucky to win on penalties. And then I thought, you know what, you don't take too much into account when it comes to friendlies. But then we had the AC Milan game. And I think what the AC Milan game did, the AC Milan game basically just hit home the problems at Man United. It really did, because we could have lost. There's a difference in friendlies, right, between losing games and getting absolutely squashed and annihilated. That's what it is. There's a difference between that and that. And I think that is the problem here. Man City passing it around at the back, as they do. Of course, this is Enzo Maresca's first official Premier League game. Of course, they're here. So obviously the Charity Shield counts as one competitive game. But here come Man City, though. Good chance. Haaland. It's a foul. It's a foul to Bournemouth there. Foul for Bournemouth. It was O'Reilly who fouled the player, apparently. It looked a little bit soft there, to be honest with you. It was a nice little play there for Manchester City. I thought it got through to Haaland there, but Haaland was the one who held it up. He passed it through there to Riley, but I think the Bournemouth player fell down a little bit easily there, but it is a free kick to Bournemouth. Guys, there, and it was... you could say it. You could say it. Look, they've lost Senesi, Bournemouth. Obviously, Senesi's gone to Spurs. They have replaced him with Vuskovic, I believe. So Vuskovic, no, not Vuskovic. Sorry, they've got another defender there to replace him. In regards to Bournemouth, they do have Silva there. So we have Antonio Silva is the player there who's in the defense. Here come Manchester City now. Manchester City running is Haaland. There you go. Great play for Man City. That's almost 1-0. It's a good save by Petrovic in the Bournemouth goal there. It was good play there. Rico Lewis was the one who had the opportunity in the end, and it was Rico Lewis who got there in regards to the pass there, guys. And Rico Lewis almost made it 1-0. The goalkeeper came out very well. Schmeichel-esque, actually. Schmeichel-esque came out really well to smother that one, and it's a corner to Manchester City, guys. It's a corner to Manchester City. That was a dangerous moment there in regards to it. Gaze up for the corner here, guys. I don't know if they're doing VAR for corners these days. I don't know what they're doing with the corners, guys, but I think they are doing VAR for corners this season, if I'm not wrong. Of course, guys, absolutely. If I'm not wrong, cross comes in for Manchester City. Free header. It's over him and it's over the bar. That was a free header. I'm surprised he headed it down, O'Reilly. I'm surprised he headed it down. He should have headed it across the ball there. 1-0 to Brighton. Brighton have scored already, guys. Brighton 1. Aston Villa 0, guys. It's Brighton 1. Aston Villa 0. Guys, Brighton have, there you go. Brighton have been knocking on the door. They just had a chance there before, but now they have scored. Brighton have scored already, guys. Guys, it is an own goal there from Victor Lindelof. It's not a good time for Man United at the moment. He's an ex-Man United player. Victor Lindelof has scored an own goal, to be confirmed, but it is an own goal. I'm seeing it. Yeah. Look, you know what? It is an own goal, guys. It is an own goal for Victor Lindelof, and it's 1-0 to Brighton already. Not the best start for Aston Villa at all, guys. Absolutely not. And considering the amount of players that they've sold, it's not a good look for them right now, guys. Of course not. But it is Brighton and Hove Albion 1 and Aston Villa 0, courtesy of an own goal from Victor Lindelof there. Oh, goodness me. Not a good start for Aston Villa, guys. Let me just say hello to the community, by the way. Big up everyone in the stream. Big up the legends, of course. Big up to Gailey. Big up my friend Danny B. Good to see you, mate. Thomas, I'm here to watch the subscribe. Big up, Sal. You know what I want? I want City, and obviously I would like... I'm not too bothered about the Brighton game. I'll be honest with you. I'll be real with you. But yeah, I would like City to drop some points. That'd be nice. Absolutely. That would be absolutely lovely. But the goal, goodness me, if you watch the goal back, guys, it was basically like, the Brighton goal. He crossed the ball in, And instead of getting away, he hit it and he kicked it into his own goal. Lindelof. It was on the right hand side. Good play from Brighton, but then he kicked it into his own goal, which is never a good thing, of course, guys. Absolutely. First attempt as well, on goal, proper attempt, of course. Man City have the free kick here, cleared away by Bournemouth here. Of course, guys, cleared away. Big up everyone in the stream. Hope you're well. Welcome, guys. Hope everyone is having a blessed day so far. Please don't forget to smash a like. We're here all night, guys. Of course, we're here for the Liverpool against Newcastle game. And Newcastle and Liverpool, of course, a historical game. You remember the 4-3 games and stuff like that. That was very good. Big up Bobby, the legend of Bobby. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you, pal. Good to see you, mate. Kent Simon, good to see you again. Big up Kenny, my legend. What's going on, bro? Hope you're doing well. I don't know why I'm still angry about yesterday's whole City game. I'm still trying to move on from it. I'm the same as you, Kenny. I can't get over it. It's not just so much we lost. You lose football, you lose games sometimes. That's it. But it's the number one thing is that it was Hull City. I think people are forgetting this. When people are comparing Hull City to Brentford, that's where we have a problem. But there's a lot of problems going on at the moment. That was Hull City, guys. I can't believe it. The performance as well. I mean, it's not like we peppered their goal when we should have had about 4 or 5 goals. You know what I mean? Chance for Man City, shot blocked there by Bournemouth. Man City have started really, really well in this game, guys. It started really well. You know what? It's a new tenure for Enzo Maresca, isn't it? It's Enzo Maresca time, isn't it, guys? Absolutely. So today I'm sorry, guys, but I will be supporting Bournemouth and I will be supporting Newcastle United on this rival watch, of course, guys. So I will be supporting Newcastle today. I don't know, but guys, it's a bit of a difficult one, the Newcastle one, to be fair. I don't really like Newcastle, but, I prefer Newcastle over Liverpool, to be honest with you. It'd be great if that's a draw, to be honest with you. If that's a draw, that'd be absolutely fantastic. It would. Ineos and Glazers out to Stephen, absolutely. The club trying to make it seem like it's okay to lose the Hull. And the fans, to be honest, Thomas, a lot of these people are unacceptable. The excuse, when someone's losing an argument, Thomas, let me tell you something. When I've done a match reaction yesterday, when you're losing an argument, people send abuse. They abuse you. That's what they do. They like to abuse you because they don't have an articulate reason as to why, we lost that game yesterday. And they want to be right about everything. Of course, they want their Ineos, Glazer bots, bootlickers, whatever they are. And they want to just be right, and they came on and then sent a whole load of abuse yesterday. I love it, really, because at the end of the day, it just shows you that, they're starting to come to terms and they're throwing their rattles out of the pram, and that hopefully they're starting to differentiate between the wood and the trees. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. Kenny, big up Kenny. No problem, Kenny. Hulk City is a good one, though. I must admit, that is a good one. Samson lost his strength now. Yeah. Big up, mate. Even Al Halal. I'm getting messages about Al Halal. Al Halal are doing business. Do you know what I mean? Even Al Halal are doing business, guys. In this window, they're doing business. Well, what we do is just sitting around, twiddling our thumbs. Thomas, Haaland just made his 50% less stressful by cutting his hair. Yeah, I don't know why he cut his hair. It's a bit weird seeing Haaland without hair. It doesn't suit him. Honestly, has he been told to cut his hair? Is it a bet? I don't know. But he does look a little bit odd without hair, doesn't he? He does look a bit crazy without hair, doesn't he? Big up Gregory. What's going on, guys? Big up Simon. Big up my friend. Hope you're well. Good to see you all. Big up the Irish, of course, all day long. Big up Bobby. Really want Bournemouth to win. Love to Bournemouth to win today. Would great if Bournemouth got a result today. Really would. Absolutely. If we can't beat Hull, who can we beat? Well, one thing I would say, Matt. One thing I say to you, we got Ipswich next week, mate. And I expect Man United to win that one, and win it well. But imagine we draw that game or lose. God forbid if we lose that game. My goodness me, can you imagine the uproar? Can you imagine the negativity? Can you imagine it? Oh, my goodness. I won't be able to handle it, mate. I'm still fuming. Me too, Bobby. I'm trying to keep my mind off it. You know what I mean? They've ruined me. They've ruined my mentality today. I was going to get on the treadmill, do a bit of a run, but they pissed me off too much. I just don't. I feel like I've had enough pain today. I don't want any more. Do you know what I mean? With Man United, you know what I mean? They just ruin everything when they lose like that. And it's like I've been betrayed, slapped in the face. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. I guess Belaber's going to save us now. No chance, mate. He can't save himself. Can't string 3 passes together, mate, last season. How's he going to save this Man United team? he ain't got a good mentality, mate. I don't think his mentality is there for Man United. You know what I mean? Dark Wolf, what's going on? Ipswich won their first game against Sunderland. The surprise of the season. That will be a tough game. Yes, it will be a tough game. You know what they say, mate? They say, beware of the things, the unknown, isn't it? Beware of the unknown, because you never know who you're playing against. Like, for example, we looked at the whole City game yesterday and we looked at their players and we thought, who are they? Who's that? Who's that? Who's he? You never know how good these players are, do you? You never know. Like, he might be the next big thing. You know what I mean? He might be a next England international, whatever. You never know, innit? It's beware the unknown. But what you have to do when you enter into these games, you can't be complacent. You have to treat it like it is Liverpool, it is Arsenal, it is Manchester City. The funniest thing is, if we did play Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, or Chelsea yesterday, I guarantee you we probably would have won or draw. You know, we wouldn't have lost because we would have been up for that game. We would have been ready for that game. That's the thing. That's mentality. That's character. That's personality, which we lack in abundance, guys. And I'm tired of seeing the same old excuses, guys. I would urge Tillmans, to be honest, I would urge yellow card for Yassin Ayari for Brighton, guys, just to let you know. And a yellow card for Pascal Gross, a yellow card for João Gomez, the Aston Villa player, guys. A little bit of shenanigans going on in the Aston Villa versus Brighton game at the moment. Lots of tough tackling going in there. You know, good, of course. But yeah, I did predict that I don't think Aston Villa have the season that they had last season and the season before. I think they're going to struggle this season. We do. Here comes City on the left-hand side. Cross to Haaland. That's all. Haaland, big miss for Haaland. That was a huge chance for Haaland there. He was unmarked and he miskicked it. Out of all people, he miskicked it. It's the hair, guys. I told you it's the hair. He's cut off that hair, you know. I think the hair, you know what? In some cultures, you cut your hair off, it's bad luck. I think he shouldn't have cut his hair off, mate. You know what I mean? I think he should have kept his hair on. Yeah. I agree, but it seems like Ten Hag era all over again. Mate, it seems like, look, it's the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era, mate, Dark Wolf. And I'll tell you why. Because when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came to Man United, we were breaking records. You know, we were winning every single game. As soon as he got that contract, you know what the players did. You know, but that's not just the players. It's a cultural thing at the football club. It's that. But looking back now, I don't blame any manager. I don't blame Ole. I don't blame Amorim. I don't blame Ten Hag. I don't blame Jose. I don't blame any of these managers. I don't blame Ragnick. You know, I blame the board for this because we have not had a proper rebuild. For us to still have Maguire and Luke Shaw in pivotal, important places in the team, it just goes to tell you where we are as a football team, you know, as a squad. I can't believe what we have, you know. And guys, we've gone on the cheap. I've said it. Here come Bournemouth chance. Good save by Donnarumma. First real chance for Bournemouth there from Ryan. Good chance for Bournemouth. Great save from Donnarumma. I thought he was going to squeeze in the near post there. You know, it'd be disappointing if he let it in, but it is a great save from Donnarumma there. Yeah, I thought that was going in. Yeah, good save from Donnarumma. Yeah, good one. He'll be encouraged by that one. He's getting a lot of criticism, Donnarumma, by the way, in regards to his performances for Manchester City, of course. He's getting a lot of criticism in regards to that. 2-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion, guys. De Kuiper has scored for Brighton and Hove Albion. It is 2-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion. Maxim De Kuiper has made it 2. They're loving it. This is a terrible start for Aston Villa, guys. A really, really bad start for Aston Villa. Not a good one for Aston Villa, guys. That is a terrible start for Aston Villa. 2-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion, guys. Already, guys. The assist from Jorginho Rutter. There you go, guys. 2-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion. Already 2-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion. Not a good start for Aston Villa. I did envision that Aston Villa have a difficult start to this season because obviously I think they've let too many players go. I'll be really honest with you guys. I think they've let far too many players go too early as well. You know what I mean? Absolutely. But it is 2-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion. Dark Wolf. I blame us, the fans. Also, we don't have the stomach for a real build proper. I agree. Real build would take years and a lot of bad games. We talk about a rebuild a lot, us Man United fans. Let me just it's another cross from Brighton and he was unmarked and he tapped it into the goal there. The Brighton player there, De Kuiper. Good player, De Kuiper, by the way. Yeah, look, what I would say is that we ain't got the stomach for the rebuild. Absolutely. You know what I mean? We ain't got the stomach for it. We talk about a rebuild. We're very good at talking about rebuilds, but we can't see one through. Ruben Amram was trying to do a rebuild, right? He said it's going to take time, but we couldn't even last a year, guys. We lasted flipping 6, 7 months. That's what we lasted. We didn't last 2 years. We lasted 6 months. And even then, when he went, we were fourth place, right? And we were starting, our XG was creeping up and stuff like that. But we thought, oh, we need results. We're drawing too many games. We need results. We're drawing too many games. We got ourselves to blame. Absolutely, Darth Wolf. We do. A section of the fan base on this community, thankfully, we have quite a level head. Do you know what I mean? Lefa, what's going on, my friend? We need 3 physical midfielders that can play in the 6 and to take play and good at passing, but also have height. Manu Kone and Tuamini. And Baleba will be fine. Yes, Manu Kone and Tuamini, yeah. Baleba, I don't think his physicality is there. I think he's strong, but he doesn't use it well. He can't tackle. He can't do ball recovery. He can't score goals. He can't assist. I'm just waiting to see what happens. Do you know what I mean? So, Lefa, I think that Baleba is, I'm going to say, I think it's an underwhelming signing. I don't think he's good enough. And we're going to see that. I think he's another Andre Santos. I think he's one of them type of players. Definitely Kone and Tuamini. Absolutely. Kone and Tuamini. I absolutely 100% all day long. But in regards to Baleba, no. But I wish him the best. However, I looked at the game yesterday. I'm not going to put too much pressure on, obviously, Andre Santos, but he worked really in the game. To be honest, but Tillman's looked awful, and Tillman's opening his mouth again. He's saying that, you know what, next game. Do not do that at Man United. Do not talk about next game at Man United. I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Let me just see this corner from Manchester City. Foden will be taking the corner. Cross comes in. Good cross. Punched well out by the goalkeeper. That's going to be a free kick to Bournemouth. Yes, it is. And Nikki, do you think we go for Mateta? I think it'd be one of the options. Up front. I do think that Man United are looking at Mateta. One thing I would say about transfers, though, at the moment, guys, is that Balde's not playing for Barcelona, today, and he's been left out the squad. Also, Ollie Watkins has been left out the squad for Aston Villa. So isn't that quite interesting there? That's quite interesting there, isn't it? So what can happen? Maybe we might be getting Alejandro Bol there. Who knows? Sunday roasting coming. Big up, Simon. Yeah, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? At the end of the day, we might be getting Alejandro Bol there. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about Alejandro Bol. He's missed a lot of football. He missed a couple of months with a hamstring injury. He also had a tendon injury, serious one, 182 days, not last season, the season before. So he does have his record of injuries and stuff like that. So, yeah, you have to be concerned about these things. You do. Of course you do. Do you know what I mean? You have to be concerned about these things. Welcome, everyone, to Rival Watch, guys. Man City and Bournemouth and Brighton and Aston Villa. Brighton are 2-0 up against Aston Villa. Man City 0, Bournemouth 0. You know what I mean? Anyway, the Milan derby should be on fire this year. We'll watch it because a Christian Kivu versus Amram match should either be a cagey affair or a goal fest. I am a team Kivu on that one. You must be Romanian then, Dark Wolf, right? If you're on team Kivu. Of course, Christian Kivu was a great player, played for the likes of Ajax back in the day, was a very, very good player. Played at fullback, I think. He played a very good role at fullback. We used to have some good fullbacks back in the day. But yeah, look, I actually want Amram to win the Scudetto. That would be hilarious, right? Obviously, I've got Napoli connection, so I want Napoli to do well. But obviously, Amram to win the Scudetto, Amram to win the Italian League. Starting today, isn't it? They're playing Torino. It'd be absolutely hilarious if he did it. I'll be honest with you, it'd be hilarious if he won the Scudetto. And AC Milan haven't won the league for a while, so this isn't easy to do it. I know that's what people are going to say. That's the narrative that people are going to throw. Oh, it's easy. It's Italian. It's AC Milan. They haven't won the league for ages. Thomas, we have got players that wasn't even in the top 10, in my opinion, between 15 and 20. Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, 20, look, you're being honest, Thomas. And I'm not. I'm a very honest guy. I don't like lying. I don't like gaslighting. In my top 20, there was not Yuri Tillmans, no Andre Santos, or Carlos Baleba in my list. Probably like out of all the signings, if I listed all the signings I think Man United could possibly have, I had over 20. I had about 50 players there. I don't think even Baleba will reach that. It didn't reach my top 20. No. There are a few players there that I would have preferred before. Left I have a feeling, even though I didn't want Baleba, he could end up being one of our own Caicedo for some reason. It's in the realms left of trust to me. It's going to happen, isn't it? And that's not how we should work. We should base things on reality facts here, right? There's a reason there was no team after him apart from Newcastle, who they weren't really in for him, at the end of the day. There's a reason behind that, they nobody else wanted him. All I can say to you, my friend Lefa, is that I hope, but we shouldn't be in the hoping territory. We should be confident and stuff. One thing I will say to you, our midfield's not good. We can gaslight all we want. It's small. Who's the tall one in our midfield? Who's the tall one? Mainly's quite short. You look at Andre Santos is quite short. I don't even think that Tillmans is a midfield central. He's more of an attacker for me. But that's it, isn't it? And then you've got Carlos Baleba. He's strong, but he's not tall, and that's the thing. We haven't really got any height in our team apart from Maguire, which is a bit worrying as well. Parsons Hinshelwood for Brighton. Brighton, Parsons Dunk. Hinshelwood, of course, very talented player. The number 10 for Brighton is playing today as well. Here come Bournemouth. Bournemouth on the right-hand side. Poor cross. They just about get it away. Manchester City there with Diaz. Just about there, guys. Save. Torres is having a torrid afternoon at the back for Villa, but it is a save there for Aston Villa, guys. It is almost 3-0 to Brighton. That would have been crazy. 3-0 already to Brighton. My goodness me. Dark Wolf. Yeah, I'm Iranian. I told you. I think Amram might win it, but not this season. Chivu's been building. I think Amram would definitely get in the Champions League, Dark Wolf. I think he'll get in the Champions League. If he did win it, which is if, by the way, that would double clarify everything, wouldn't it? But I think he'll have a good season this season, starting tonight, of course. Who they're playing? Torino, isn't it? Yeah, Torino. I think he's playing Torino. Guys, still 0-0 here, though. 23 minutes gone. Man City 0, Bournemouth 0 in this game. Man City, of course, have been the better side so far, of course, guys. But yeah, you never know. Whilst it's 0-0, Bournemouth can come up and counter-attack and all that. Gregory, remember to tap the like. Absolutely, Gregory. Big up yourself. Remember to tap the like. Thank you so much, Greg. Hope you're well. Villa should have played Suzuki in goal, better shot stopper. Maybe it's just because they signed him last week, isn't it, mate? They probably signed him last week, so they probably felt that they're going to bed him into the team. And then here's Semenyo from Man City corner. They're claiming a penalty, but no, I don't think that's a penalty. But they're claiming it anyway. But I think is it a corner? No, hold on. Yeah, it's a goal kick. It's a goal kick. I thought he pointed to the spot then. I thought, no way. I thought he spotted to the spot then. No, it's a goal kick to Bournemouth. Looked like a corner, actually. Did look like a corner. Definitely looked like a corner. Hold on, let me have a look. No, it's a corner there. Yeah, that is a corner. Yeah, it is a corner. Is it? Unbelievable. I thought that was a corner. Wow. Okay, no corner there. I think the best midfield would be Tuamini, Kone, Mateus Fernandes, or Elliot Anderson, Bruno Gomes would have been perfect. That left foot sounds amazing. What you mentioned there is the midfield that Man United should have tried to build there. Because you know as well as I do, right, you know that even if it takes time to get going, and this is the thing people forget, players are not going to hit the ground running straight away. But you know that those players as a collective, if they get going, it's going to be a strong midfield. And you know it's going to be a strong midfield. You know, right now we're basing things off, could they finally become a good player? We ain't seen them. I ain't seen Andre Santos become an amazing player. You know, you could only argue that Tillmans, you know what I mean, he's done it all right. Here's a chance, but it's a goal for Burnley. Is it offside? It's not offside. It's a goal for Burnley. Bournemouth, sorry, not Burnley. It isn't Burnley. It's Bournemouth. Bournemouth has scored, guys. Bournemouth are 1-0 up against Manchester City, a tap-in at the near post, and it's another goal for Brighton as well. It's 3-0 to Brighton, but it's 1-0 to Bournemouth again, guys. They've scored. Tavernier has scored there, guys. 1-0 to Bournemouth, and it's 3-0 to Brighton at the same time. Unbelievable, guys. 2 goals at the same time, guys. Manchester City 0, Bournemouth 1 now, and it is 3-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion. Hinshelwood, I was just talking about him just now, has scored another goal for Brighton. Aston Villa getting absolutely annihilated. One attack for Brighton, though, and it's a goal. There you go, guys. I thought he was offside for a second. I thought, that's it. No, but he's playing him onside, way onside in there. 1-0 to Bournemouth, guys. Come on, get in there. Come on, get in. Come on, you cherries. Absolutely. 1-0 to Bournemouth. Bournemouth 1. Manchester City 0, guys. And it's Brighton 3, Aston Villa 0. Unbelievable. Bournemouth have scored, guys. There you go. Hold that, you cherries. Not you cherries, you City. You know what I mean? Timo, Pep on the bench and all that, guys. There you go. Tavernier has scored for Bournemouth there. I thought it was going Burley has scored. No. Jack Hinshelwood scored for Brighton. He's going to have a good season this season. Very, very good player. 1-0 to Bournemouth. Now that's going to set the cat amongst the pigeons, isn't it, guys? Tavernier with the goal for Bournemouth. Absolutely lovely. That's exactly what we want, guys. Absolutely. A bit of drama. A bit of drama here, guys. 1-0 to Bournemouth. Unbelievable. Against the running play. But that's what we were saying, isn't it, about the counter-attack. Here comes Semenyo. Semenyo on the left-hand side. Good tackle there from Tavernier. Really good. This Bournemouth goal will F up my FPL. I have done a rumouring goal. There you go, Dark Wolf Mix, my friend. Bournemouth not happy about Semenyo. They're saying that Semenyo keeps diving. They're not happy about it. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy about it as well. Semenyo keeps diving all over the place. There you go. Yeah, well, that looked like that was a dodgy. That was quite dodgy. He did pull his arm, to be fair. He's got to be careful there. He did pull his arm, to be fair. Yeah, he pulled his arm there. You've got to be careful. VAR, you know, I don't know if they're looking at it. I mean, Enzo Maresca's claiming a penalty. Yeah, 4-0, 4-0, 4-0, 4-0 to Brighton. Aston Villa are getting squashed, guys. Hinshelwood again has scored again. It's 4-0 to Brighton. 4-0 to Brighton. I can't believe this. Brighton, Aston Villa are getting absolutely squashed. Hinshelwood has got another goal. Brighton 4, Aston Villa 0, guys. What the hell is going on, Bobby? What's going on there? My goodness me. 4-0. My goodness. Already. Poor Aston Villa. I said it, guys. I said in my season preview predictions that it's going to be a tough season for Aston Villa. I said it's going to be a tough season for Aston Villa. My goodness me. I'm telling you, it's going to be a tough season for Aston Villa. But, you know, let me just run through the goal. A couple of goals. They're very identical for Brighton. You know, Cross comes in for the third goal, headed back in the area, and it was an open goal there. They are absolutely squashing Aston Villa at the moment. This is getting embarrassing. It is embarrassing for Aston Villa at the moment, guys. Absolutely. Brighton running away with their match against Villa. Why are we not like this? Why are we not ready like this? This is what annoys me the most, isn't it? Why are we not on fire like this? I wish one day we would be on fire like this. Do you know what I mean? I really do. You know, and I just talked you through the fourth goal, guys. It was poor play from the back from Aston Villa. They're playing around. They lost the ball. You know, that's what I mean, playing around the box. They lost the ball, and Hinshelwood has got a second, guys. Watch out for Hinshelwood this season, of course, slightly linked to Man United, slightly, but watch out for Hinshelwood this season. I think he's going to be a really good player this season. 29 minutes gone, guys. It's 4-0 to Brighton. Well, 33 minutes gone in that game, and it's 29 minutes in this game. Here comes City. City on the right-hand side. Lewis, here we are. They've lost the ball, City there. Bournemouth take the ball out. There you go. There you go, guys. 4-0 to Brighton. Unbelievable. Can you believe it, Jeffrey? Gregory, who did we want from Villa that's United didn't acquire? Who did we want from Villa? No, we wanted a few players from Aston Villa in the lineup today. I don't think we really wanted any. In regards to Brighton, we wanted Hinshelwood. We were looking at Hinshelwood for briefly. Of course, guys, we were looking at him briefly, but looking at the Aston Villa lineup, not really wanted anyone apart from João Gomez from Wolves. Remember, we were interested in João Gomez for a little while. I never wanted João Gomez, to be honest. I was like, nah. I wasn't too sure about him as well. You know what I mean? This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. You know, this is what we mean, you know, about these players, you know, about these players. You know, these players may be, you know, okay for Wolves and Brighton and that. When they come to Man United and all that, you know, bigger teams, it's difficult. It's difficult. Um, you know, I think Brighton team as a whole give you 780 performances more often than not. That's the difference. They have a team. We have a collective of players. We have a commercial football club, a commercial institution that concentrates on commercial gain rather than football. That's what we have. Cross comes in. Oh, cleared away. It was a good cross in the end, but it was cleared away well by Bournemouth. Are playing very, very well. Of course, I love Herzler as our manager. I mean, you know what? One thing I will say, I don't think I'm going to blame managers anymore. Dark Wolf. Michael Carrick may not be the guy, but our biggest problem is not that. It's the board, mate. No matter what, the board just suck the life out of us. That's what they do. It's going to be a free kick to Man City. No, they suck the life out of us. The Glazers out, Ineos out. They need to leave this football club. They're not good enough for our football club. And that's what it is. They're the ones making the decisions. They make the wrong decisions. You know, Herzler will come in as another hipster manager and he'll foul. Just like Ruben Amorim was rated one of the best managers in Europe, up and coming, you know, undefeated in the Champions League, all that business, you know, and then what happened to him? And the same with Eric Ten Hag. Same thing. Brighton moving mad. I left the game at 1-0 and now they've already scored 3 more. Yeah, they've absolutely destroyed Villa. Can Villa come back into the game though? It is early. You never know. They might be able to come back into the game, squeeze the game there. Yeah, you know I mean, absolutely. Guys, yeah, don't forget to join me, guys, in the other watch-alongs as well, guys. We've got obviously Liverpool against Newcastle today as well. Obviously, a historical game in the Premier League. The 4-3s, if you remember, the 4-3s back then, of course. Greggy, almost any starting midfield pairing in the EPL is better than the one yesterday at United. You know. So with Villa 4-0 in 30 minutes. Yes, mate. 4-0 30 minutes. You know. Don't get me wrong, don't blame manager. I don't think Carrick is the guy. I don't either, Darkweb. I'll be honest with you, mate. I don't think he is either. But I think there's bigger problems at Man United that need to be removed before the manager. I think we can't really tell, right, in regards to the squad because we haven't had a full big rebuild. Until we've had a full rebuild, we can't really judge it like religiously. Like, you know, he's crap. He's had everything he wants and stuff. Like this is the thing, isn't it? Yes, my opinion is I don't think he is got the quality, and it's reminding him of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a little bit when he signed the contract. You know what I mean? And but I'm not gonna call for his head, and the reason is because I know that he hasn't been fully backed. You know, we got the cheap option there. We got the cheaper players. That's what happened. The guy is Enrique from PSG. The guy Enrique would have done wonders for us. He's the best manager we can possibly get, but we didn't get him. We don't want to pay the money. And anyway, you know what Enrique would have brought? Enrique would have demanded players. Enrique would have been demanding. The thing with Michael Carrick, he's going to be, okay, I'll take that. You know, I'll take that. No problem. I'll take that. You know, he's going to just be happy to have the job, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Mandem, Maresca is on fraud watch early. What this bullshit lineup is he's gone with the guy had a stinker against Arsenal is now, but I mean, yeah, absolutely. The board would have sacked Enrique in 6 months because Enrique, my friend Dark Wolf, Enrique would have spoke up. He would have spoke up against the board. He would have done what Amorim done. As soon as you speak up against the board, you're going to be gone. You know, I've heard that Glazers and Ineos are going around, right, reporting people who are talking about them in a negative light. This is what they have got the time to do, by the way. I've heard things like that from KG and people like that. Bernard, difference is that City are playing shit. If they lose, they will drop a 60 million signing like they are to the sweet shop. Absolutely. They signed Bawardi, Bernard. They signed Bawardi today. Here we go on Bawardi, by the way. Owa Bawardi, the Moroccan international, signed for Manchester City today. Here we go, guys. They've already signed a player. They're already ready. They're already ready with a new player, guys. There. Brighton 4, Aston Villa 0. Lindelof with an own goal. De Cuepa after 80 minutes. Hinshelwood with 2 goals, 30 and 31 minutes there at the moment. Here it is 1-0 to Bournemouth, courtesy of Tavenia's goal on the counter-attack here, guys. What is Manchester City going to do? You know? Another target, Kenny. Another one bites the dust, Kenny. Another one bites the dust, like we said. Another transfer target. Another one bites the dust. Another loss. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Another loss. It's pathetic. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely pathetic. Do you know Kaz? Does he support Ineos? I don't know. I never watched his content, mate. No offense to him. I just don't have time to watch content at the moment. But I don't know. You tell me, Nikki. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I won't speculate about it. I do know that he's connected to Never a Foul. The one of them follow me. They follow me on Twitter and that, but I don't know. I wouldn't speculate if he does or not. I'm sorry, but he's never a foul, that guy, isn't it? Never a foul. But yeah, best of luck to him. But anyone who is in with Ineos, who is gaslighting Ineos, are fools. It's as simple as that. And that's what I was saying in principle. Whoever who supports them religiously, blindly, you know. Mandem, you built a good community of fans that actually love the club and also can easily see through that bullshit being sold to us. People rather die on a hill supporting this board. That is being disappointing for us. Exactly, mate. But what we're going to do, Mandem, is that we're going to continue fighting the good fight. That's all we can do. All we can do is fight the good fight and keep the real message going on and keep the truth going on. You know what they say about life, guys. You know there are a few people that were remembered. We are on the right side of history right now. Let me tell you. We're on the right side of history and we will be remembered. But the people who are glazing Ineos and the Glazers, right? The people, red card for Aston Villa. This is going from bad to worse from Aston Villa. It is a red card for Aston Villa. João Gomez, we were just talking about him just now, has got a red card for Aston Villa. Red card. Aston Villa are in big problems here, guys. They are 4-0 down, not even half-time. And they've got a red card. The new player, João Gomez, former Wolves player as well, is linked to Man United, of course, has got that red card, guys. What, guys? They're going to lose 5 or 6 0. It's going to be 7, says Alan. You know, it could be more than that. You know, at this rate. My goodness me, 4-0 down. How bad? How's your luck? How you doing? Morning, my brother Marcus. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up Marky Mark, the legend. Of course, big up Marky Mark. How you doing, my brother community? How are you, my friend? I'm very well. Good to see you, mate. Manchester United needs to make some moves before they are embarrassed again next weekend. Big up Sal. Ineos outplays that all day long, my friend. Absolutely, of course. Spot on, mate. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be Aston Villa right now. But the problem is, you know what's going to happen, guys? Do you know what's going to happen? The Ineos Glazers, this is what they're going to do, right? They're going to use any opportunity to compare Man United to other teams. So what they're going to do, right? They're going to compare Man United now. Watch, you're going to see it. They're going to compare Man United to Aston Villa. That's what they're going to do. Watch what they're going to do. They're going to try and desperately create a narrative of comparing Aston Villa and Man United and try and intertwine the two and say, see, we could be Aston Villa. Blah, 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 blah. We're Man United, by the way. We lost the Hull. You know what I mean? Simple as that. There's nothing else you can say about that. Absolutely. It's going to be 7-0. No way, Aston. Yeah, 10 men, mate. João Gomez. Big problems for them. Gregory, I cannot keep up with the sheer quality of United fan streams. I try to focus on the quality United fan streams only. The quantity, yeah, I know, I agree, Gregory. This is the only one really that I would say, alongside Mark Goldbridge, that I actually watch. No offense to anyone else, I do sporadically watch KG sometimes. I don't watch anyone else, guys. I don't watch anyone else, to be honest with you, because I don't think people are aggressive enough with the right message, with the real message. I mean, it's basically like you're watching a lie, isn't it? That's basically what it is. You're watching manipulation and gaslighting, and I'm not interested in gaslighting and manipulation. You know, at the end of the day, the people who were pro shot for almost 2-0 to Bournemouth there. Great shot by Trevinier, absolutely brilliant shot. Almost went in the back of the net there, guys. Almost in the back of the net. Wow, that was a great strike there. Just wide of the post. It would have been 2-0 to Bournemouth. As it is, it's 1-0, but that was curling into the back of the net there. Woof. Nearly. Guys, Bolde is only 30,000 away as well. Left back. Bolde will be a good signing. The only, obviously, problem is the injury problem that he had, the 182 days that he missed a year ago, the 2 hamstring injuries. But I would take him all day long. Guys, I would take the risk. I would. Yeah, we are out of the relegation zone, guys. Yeah, I think people, this is the thing. We'll never get relegated because there's going to be teams worse than us. Trust me. Villa will easily hold 7 goals today. Brighton don't play around when they are 1 man up. Yeah. All without Baleba. They don't need him, do they? There you go. All without Baleba. Isn't it crazy, isn't it? They lost Baleba. They're still playing. Here come Bournemouth. Chance of Bournemouth. Good save. Oh, my goodness, man. I thought it was going to be tapped in. It is still 1-0. There was another chance for Bournemouth there. They could have been 2. Oh, goodness me. Bournemouth really should be 2-0 up. They'd be kicking themselves. They're not 2-0 up at the moment. They could have been 2-0 up. My goodness me. It was almost 2-0 to Bournemouth. It's still 4-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion, guys. Hinchwood having a game of his life there. Thomas, the Glinios are running the club like a communism, absolutely. North Korea making staff tell on each other. Sounds like a great place to work. They're actually going around, mate, and they're going around looking at people who are going against their opinions. And you know what? Democracy is about opinion. Yes and no, as long as it doesn't get into the realms of abuse. If you're coming out and you're anti them, then that's up to you. But they don't like that, and they're going around reporting people because they don't like what people are saying. That's what they're doing at the moment. Unfortunately for them, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose. They can't be blocking the truth at the end of the day. That just shows you, like, when they do things like that, allegedly, which I've heard, that just shows you that they are wrong. They're guilty. They're throwing their rattles out their pram. Do you know what I mean? They are guilty. Absolutely, I would say. Another chance for Brighton and Hove Albion. De Quaipar, almost a chance for him to get his second of the game, guys. It was another chance for him. Here come Man City. Chance for Man City. Semenyo, good tackle again from Bournemouth. How do you rate Semenyo's tenure at Man City so far? I don't think it's been that good, to be honest. I think it's affected Haaland as well. I think the inclusion of Semenyo's harmed Haaland. I do. Thought was a funny old game, Alan. Yeah. Big up Marky Mark. Big up everyone, of course, in the stream, guys. Dark Wolf, not Dark Web, definitely not. Like they compared it to Tottenham, like we care what toothless Tottenham have lost their game against a good Brentford side. Key thing there, Dark Wolf. But when Man United, we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to Spurs, right? But what they're saying is, they signed Mateus Fernandes, who didn't play yesterday, by the way. Oh, they signed Tonali. Oh, they done this. Yeah, but it's going to take them time to bed themselves into the team. And anyway, they lost to Brentford. We've lost 4-0 to Brentford. We know what it's like to lose to Brentford. Do you know what I mean? Nicky, Cass seems canny lad, but not sure of his stance. I don't know, mate. All I know is they're not as passionate as this show. You know what I mean? We are the most passionate show, I think, in content creation. I wish them the best of luck, but we are the most passionate show there is. You don't watch Flex and Flip Floppers, low. I don't watch them, no, because I know that some of them guys there, especially Owen, are not Man United fans. They pretend they're not. You watch when Man United score a goal, right? Watch Owen. Watch him. Yeah. That's what he's like. Honestly, Man United fan. Yeah, right. Some supporters, big up Bernard. Some supporters are already glossing that thankfully the club didn't sign a lot of players. I'm mad, mate. I'm mad. It's absolutely crazy. I'm telling you right now. It's absolutely mad. Nicky, I've never seen Flex. He doesn't come up on my results. The good thing he doesn't. I've met him. Here come. Oh, chance for Haaland there with no hair. Haaland, but he didn't quite get it. Haaland looks a lot younger now, doesn't he? Looks more like his dad. Chance there, but not quite, guys. Not quite. Guys, come on, guys. Don't forget to smash a like on the video if you don't mind. If we can get those likes up, they'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Really, really appreciate it, of course. Absolutely, guys. Flex was saying Tillmans was a bargain. My goodness me. I never wanted Tillmans 10 years ago, guys. Big up, Dave. What's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. Hello, Sal. How are you, my friend? I'm good to see you, mate. I'm good, thanks. I'm disappointed in the select section of our fan base. Since when did Rob Dawson and Luckhurst become reliable journalists that people can use their quotes? You know why it is, Dave? Let me just be honest with you, mate. They're doing it because it fits a narrative. So they don't care if the devil himself came out and started promoting Ineos, they will back it because it fits their narrative and what they believe in, because they know that they're on a losing streak here. The Ineos Glazers and bootlickers are on a losing streak, guys. They're losing. And they're petrified of losing. Their ego is being hit hard right now. You know what I mean? And we didn't want to be in this position because we never made it about us against them. We never made it like that. We made it about, what's right for Manchester United. Do you know what I mean? Marcus, Ineos better not talk about no effing stadium greedy arseholes running a club organization like it's a mon and pop shop is absolutely disgraceful. Something has to give. I don't care. 2 here from the board. Idiots. There you go. Absolutely, Marcus. Spot on, mate. United man, then this has been an underwhelming window. Even Rival's been saying we had a little man midfield rebuild, but that can't see there's one thing I've learned, Mandem. One thing I've learned, mate, is that sometimes you have to listen to what people say. you know, because one thing I've learned is that when you make a big signing, I remember we signed Pogba, for example, right? When we signed Pogba, people were saying online, I'm not going to lie, Man United's transfer window is amazing because you remember the unveiling of Pogba and all that, and it was really nice, really good. And then everyone was saying, "Oh, I can't lie, I'm jealous of Man United right now." That's what they were saying. You know, the fans would generally be honest. Fear, fear will make them go, "Oof." We better be careful, Man United next season. I'm worried about Man United next season. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. Half time here, guys. It's Brighton 4, Aston Villa nil there, guys. Brighton 4, Aston Villa nil. Absolute nightmare game for Aston Villa. Everything that has gone wrong so far has gone wrong for Aston Villa. They are 61% possession for Brighton and Hove Albion, 10 shots on goal for Brighton and Hove Albion, 4 on target. They're just dominating every single thing. Here come Man City. Man City looking to equalise for half time. Should be half time now. It's 1 minute has gone. There you go. 1 minute has gone. Clear it, Bournemouth. There you go. Clear it. There you go. Yeah, it's 4-0 to Brighton at half time, guys. Awful, awful, awful game for them. Lefa, I'm going to make a bold prediction that Baleba will be our new Caicedo, yet the Glenios defenders will call me negative. The new Caicedo, I don't even know if that's a good thing, Lefa. To be honest with you, he's not great. I mean, he's not really pulling up any trees for Chelsea at the moment. I don't think so. Caicedo's a 10 times better player, mate. I'll be honest. I watched them a lot. I don't think Baleba has anything. He ain't got anything technically. And we're going to see that. And the pressure's going to be on him big time. When Thomas, when they knock down Old Trafford, you Glenios Rimmers are guilty. Exactly. Don't worry, be happy, says Alan. Brighton 65 million, Richter, and winning 4-0. 55 million, winning 4. There you go, guys. There you go. You know what I mean? Yeah. Unai Emery not happy walking off the pitch there. Not happy at all there, Unai Emery. The nicest thing about Aston Villa today is that kit. It's quite a nice kit, to be honest with you. Adidas do us dirty with our kits, to be honest with you. Amanda, on my days, people are still quoting the gutter press to glaze the board. As I mentioned earlier, I already gave up as these fans are so far up Guinea's backside that you can't change their minds. They're lost mentally, mate. They mentally lost their minds. They're mentally checked out, mate. Checked out. It's gone. Sayonara. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Gregory, people don't want to admit they were wrong, but everything they held to be true, man. They don't want to admit they were wrong. Unfortunately, people think I spend the energy coming on here every single morning talking about this and going in on them, and stuff like that. People think, it's fun, guys, and it's not. It's not, because I want to be positive. I want to banter other people and stuff. Adidas is lazy when it comes to kits. They're not lazy with other teams. They're lazy with Man United, Thomas. I don't even think they like Man United. I'll be honest. They're lazy with Man United. They have to copy old kits with Man United to make what Adidas work with in regards to kits is nostalgia, lack of creativity, But when you look at other kits, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Aston Villa, even Arsenal to an extent, they take their time and they know what they're doing, But with Man United, they're like, oh, whatever. Guys, our kits are ugly, mate. The only one I think that's decent is probably the blue one is probably decent. The home one is it's a replica of a few years ago. You know what I mean? White stripes, black stripes, white stripes, black stripes. That's what we are at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Every time, guys. Absolutely. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. Smash a like. United Man them. I no longer argue with them. It's better to ignore them. You can't change stupidity, man. Them. You can't. Unfortunately, you just can't change them. You treat them like they've got a mental incapacity. Treat it like that they can't. They've got a problem. We should feel sorry for them. You know what I mean? We should raise a charity. We should do a charity event for these guys. That's what it is. We should do an all-day charity event for the Rimmers. We should feel sorry for them. But you watch these bootleggers quickly turn on a Carrick. They're already doing it, mate. I've seen it already. It's very easy to start turning on Carrick. It's so easy. And they're going to do that straight away. I've seen it already from them. Oh, I'm not sure about, Carrick's formation and his tactics. Why did it? Yeah, right, mate. What do you want Carrick to do? Who do you want Carrick to play at left back then? And that's the thing I said. Who do you want Carrick to play at left back? Sesko's been injured. We got no backup striker. Who do you want him to play up front? And that's what I say to them, Yeah, you can have your arguments about Xerxes, you can have this, you can have that. But ultimately, the squad and the players are not good enough. And it's simple as that. Greg, on the other hand, the white one is clean, but on the other hand, I hate it whenever they mess with our badge. I don't like it, to be honest with you. I don't like the colours. I think they're dull. I prefer Man United to keep it old, school, to be honest. Pogba, 89 million, yeah. A bad buy, though. In the end, Alex Ferguson was right. But he typified what Man United are, isn't it? He typified everything, the problems that Man United, Paul Pogba didn't he, at the end of the day, guys? Yeah, just to let you know, guys, it is halftime here. I know the clock is going on, but it is halftime here in this game, guys, between Man City and Bournemouth. Bournemouth are 1-0 up, guys, in this first half. Bournemouth one attack. They could be 2-0 up if we're being honest with ourselves. It could be 2-0 up. Really, bigger Alex, what's going on? Yeah, Thomas, CTRV, that's how. Yeah, exactly, Thomas, exactly. Black stripes, white stripes, black stripes, white stripes. They're just predictable, mate. Next year's season will be black stripes. Alex, realistically, do you think anybody is going to overtake the champions this year? Realistically, it's going to be difficult now, unless there's a team that comes out the blue and puts them under pressure. If I was to think right now who can put them under pressure, I mean, I honestly think it's going to be between probably one of the other guns, Liverpool or something. You know what I mean? They're the only ones who could possibly put them under pressure. Hope not. Tagale, even Pep cannot do anything, let alone Carrick with this squad. Exactly. Alan, if we can't beat a low block, Bruno plays as number 2, Martinez at 3, Xerxes and Sesko at the top. It's a good idea, Alan. Gregory, Sal, we already had a few in your own stream yesterday blaming Carrick. Yeah, I told you guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to turn against Carrick, no matter what. No matter what happens, even if I disagree with him, even if I say I don't like the lineup, don't like who's picked him, I will say I don't like the lineup. I'm not going to fall for his in that head. I'm not going to say get Carrick out. Carrick's not good enough and all that nonsense. You know what I mean? If you watch the goal back for Brighton, the first goal, it was so funny. It's literally the Aston Villa player. He passes it back. It goes straight to a Brighton player. The Brighton player hits the post. It goes straight onto Lindelof's head, and it goes in the back of the net. It's mad. You know what I mean, really, really unfortunate from Victor Lindelof. I feel for him, though. I do feel for him. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's been too easy for Brighton. Mandem, 10 games is what it usually takes to start getting a picture of where the team will finish. Let's see by then if we will be in a better position or struggling to be at the top half of the table. At the moment, if you can't beat Hull City, who do you beat? That's what I would say. If we could slip up against Hull City, we could slip up against anyone at any given time. Anyone. Because that game, I looked at Hull City's lineup, and I didn't look at Hull City's lineup and think, wow, you know what I mean? What a lineup. You know what I mean? It was like, who? It's like a who's who, you know what I mean, of championship players. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like a who's who of championship players. Dark Web, Man United managerial cycle, Dutch manager, Portuguese manager, club legend, repeat. Yeah, we're back on the repeat, isn't it? So who's next then, Dark Wolf? German, Austrian. Oh, we had Ralf Ragnick, didn't we, for a little while? It could be an interim again. But then again, yeah. So it was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Then I think it went to Carrick. Then I think it went to Ralf Ragnick. And then I think, yeah, if I'm right. So we got Portuguese and Dutch to come. So who do you want to face in the Champions League draw? I don't care. Honestly, Tegele, I don't care. I'll be honest. Can I be honest if you don't actually tell a lie? I'll be honest with you. I would like us to play PSG, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. I would like us to play all of those teams. But yeah, he's a good man. Yeah. Dark Wolf, yeah. Richard, World Cup has already ruined the season. Players from all teams expect Arsenal are not ready. Expect Arsenal not ready. From all teams, expect Arsenal not ready. World Cup has already ruined this season. Players. I mean, everyone's got the World Cup. We can't even use the World Cup as an excuse because even Hull City had World Cup players, and the World Cup finished weeks ago, man. These are meant to be elite players. Thomas, if they sack Carrick, Ole will come back again. You know that, Thomas. You know that's happening straight away. You know that. Absolutely. Um, Alex, Manchester United have been relegated to a home for pensioners. Yeah, or nearly men, or trust me, bruv, men. Do you know what I mean? Um, Not good for João Gomez being sent off on his Premier League debut, is it? Gregory, all clubs need to be the bottom 10 clubs twice this season for an easy 60 points, and we already have fouled. You don't lose the whole city. It's as simple as that. You know, we can say what we like, we can paint it up however we like. You don't lose the whole city. I understand you can lose away to Arsenal, you can lose away to Liverpool, you can lose away to Chelsea or Man City, you can even lose away to Newcastle and Everton. But when you lose the whole city, man, you know that is just a next level of idiocy and you know ridiculous. Honestly, it's terrible. Alex, Real Madrid barely escaped to Espanyol yesterday. Yep, they did, but obviously that's a Catalan Madrid derby. It's going to be very competitive. Those are no. They scraped it, but I don't think Mourinho is a. I don't know about Mourinho, to be honest. These days, I said it at the beginning of the season. You know, I think he'll fall out pretty quickly with the team. Richard, United and Spurs will get relegated this season. No, they won't, Richard. No, they won't. They won't get relegated. There's too many crap teams in this league for us to get relegated. Look at Aston Villa, for example. There's too many crap teams in this team to get relegated. They will lose a lot of points. Man United will win points, but Man United are always what Man United do. Man United can beat Liverpool, beat Chelsea, beat Arsenal, beat Spurs, but lose to Hull, lose to Wolves, lose to Bournemouth. That's what we are. This is why we'll survive. We'll probably do well. We got third last season, but I don't think we'll get relegated. If we get, I mean, I never say never, but you know, it would be incredible if we did. I mean, goodness me. And the Glazers won't leave, by the way. Alan, I think we need a new manager bounce to replicate what Carrick did. No, we can't live off manager bounces, Alan. You can't live off manager bounces. That's not how great football clubs work. You know, you won't be successful. You won't win trophies. You won't win leagues. You're gonna have to one day. You're gonna have to bite the bullet and say, do you know what? Let's back this man. Let's stop this. You know, this indirect dig at Carrick. Let's stop it because that's what it is. It's an indirect dig at Carrick, not looking at the proper problem at the football club. Sure, Ineos and Glinios would love a new manager bounce, but that sort of comment there is talking about already sacking a Carrick and getting a new manager and have a new manager bounce. That's the problem, Alan. You're the problem with those sort of comments, mate. You're the problem. You know, you come out with those comments. You know, you're not 100% down with the Ineos out. You're like, oh well, Carrick is not good enough. If we sack him, we'll get a new manager bounce. What kind of bollocks is that? Tegele, the fans who are okay with losing to Hull City, they do not deserve and support this club. Beautiful club, absolutely. The path isn't complicated. United should beat the bottom 20 club twice and the other 9 clubs. Yeah, because you can lose to Chelsea, lose to City, lose to Arsenal, and you can still, you know, qualify for the Champions League by beating the other teams. Absolutely. Thomas, why can't Qatar do a hostile takeover by publicly saying they'll buy the club again? Because they were disrespected, you know? They were disrespected quite badly, to be honest with you. And there were a lot of lies told about Qatar as well. As we remember, there was a lot of lies told about Qatar, and it was disgraceful, to be honest with you. Absolutely. You know, they wouldn't come, you know, they wouldn't come back here. But yeah, glad to be, we're not at the bottom of the league anyway. Good to see that. Alex, the problem with losing to Hull is anybody can. We just got unlucky. And the problem with losing to Hull is anybody can. We just got unlucky. We didn't get unlucky yesterday, Alex. No, you know. Richard, anyone talking about sacking Carrick is a fake fan. It is the board and the owners that need to F off Sal. Exactly, mate. I don't want to be hearing any indirects against Carrick. I don't want to hear it. We've had the hipster managers. We've had Amram. We've had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We've had the experience in Jose Mourinho. We've had Ragnick. We've had all these managers. These are all, look, guys, look, before Ruben Amram came to the football club, every single person wanted Ruben Amram. 90% of people wanted Ruben Amram, you know? So I don't want to be hearing about it, you know, about, man, the board is a problem. It's pretty evident, isn't it, that the board is the problem now, is that people don't want to listen, you know? Simon, Sal, do you think the players down tools as a message to the owners that we need more signings? No, Simon, no. They're just not good enough. They ain't that smart to do that, Simon, and they'll be stupid to do that. If you down tool in a football match that thousands of Man United fans go to, by the way, they travel from all around the world, you'll be an absolute maniac to throw games. They don't throw games, Simon. I would never say that. They don't do that. They're just not good enough, mate. They're not fit enough. They're not energy. They don't have enough energy. They got bad memories. They got a kind of was it PTSD going on, something like that, and stuff like that. At the end of the day. No, there's no analogies to back the Glazers and Ineos. It's a simple lack of quality. It's as simple as that. A simple lack of quality, guys. Absolutely. Don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. If you don't mind, we're ready for the second half. The second half's about to be underway, guys. Here, and the Brighton game is already underway, guys. The Brighton game is already underway. There, I believe it's just about to start. Al Hilal working on a deal for Gabriel Martinelli. I bet you they get a lot of money from him as well, Arsenal. I bet they get a lot of money from him as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, I bet they get a lot of money from him as well. They won't get 6 million for him like we get and like that sort of money and stuff. Definitely not. Yeah. Let's get on, guys. We're underway in these games. Simon, to be fair, last season under Amram, they looked fit. This year they don't. I agree, mate. I agree. They don't look fit, mate. That's Amram was trying to do, innit? Build fitness. That's what Pochettino does. He builds fitness first, and then he concentrates on the tactics and things like that. That's what he does, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And he builds fitness, guys. Absolutely. Man City ready to we're playing, guys, from right to left. 1-0 down, of course. Alex, there's nothing to save this window. The window's already broken. I agree, mate. It is. It's already late. It's too late in the window, mate. It's already too late in the window. I think that, it's going to be impossible, nearly. Not enough it's impossible. I mean, if they went out and signed 5 players, of course, but they're not going to do that, are they? You know what I mean? So the window has been an absolute nightmare. It's been a disaster. And I'm not going to gaslight it, at the end of the day. Big up Razzle Dazzle. What's going on? Pre-season tours are massive hindrance. We traveled to New Zealand and Australia and cured our pre-season fitness with so much. It's difficult. It's difficult, Razzle Dazzle. It is difficult. I understand. Man United have not got any excuse, though, because we went to Ireland and Norway. It's around the corner, basically. You know what I mean? So Man United can't really complain. I mean, it's Spurs, you can. You could say that New Zealand and all that is too far. It is too far, to be honest with you. But obviously, it's commercial reasons and stuff. And obviously, people from around the world get a chance to see them play and stuff like that. But yeah, it's to be honest with you, I would understand that it's a little bit too much. I would stop that. To be honest, if I was in charge of Tottenham or anyone now, I would stop these things. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Man City looking to equalise here. Bournemouth, as usual, solid as a rock. Great performance from Bournemouth, as usual. Not giving anything away. Great team, man. Really good team. Good to watch. And in a different way, in a solid way. They're really solid. They don't just open up like Man United. I really like Trafford, by the way. I think he's a good player. Alex, to tell you the truth, if the management and the ownership are not and gotten all the players that we needed instead of buying players that are just temporary bandages over the cracks. Yeah. That's what it is, though, isn't it? We purchase players that are pretty average, I'll be honest. Our window is average. It's a very average window, very underwhelming. It's like I said this morning, if Man United if Aston Villa went out there and signed Andre Santos, we'll be like, well, it's a good move for Andre Santos. Andre Santos is like an Everton signing. That's what it is. We'll be real with ourselves, but we're trying to gaslight it into something that it's not. I mean, that's what we're trying to gaslight into something it's not. It's crazy. Do you know what I mean? What are we doing here at the end of the day? Do you know what I mean? Big up everyone, guys. We've had nearly 1,000 in the house. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Absolute legends for this game. And it's not Man United, so really nice. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today, guys. Really appreciate on this double watch along. Richard, we need to play Euro and Heaven and drop Maguire. I agree, Richard, 100%, mate. We need to think about the future, mate. Exactly. 100%. But one thing I am a bit concerned about Carrick, if I'm going to bring in anything about Carrick, is the fact that he doesn't really play youth. He doesn't really. I mean, he played Share Lacey for a brief period yesterday, but other than that, he doesn't really like playing youth, does he? Gregory, short of the government intervention, I'm uncertain it's possible to force the vampires out. Once they get that regeneration project, Gregory, once it happens, right? Um, that's it, mate. Signed, sealed, delivered. It's going to be impossible to get them out. They're in line to make billions, mate. The only way that they can be removed is if we stop games and things like that. You know, Simon, there is a way Leffer. There is a way Leffer. We fans have to boycott, buy merch, and get the matches called off for protest. Exactly. The problem is, Leffer, right? I'm here, Simon. I'm hearing a lot of things about them reporting fans, about them, going behind the backs and complaining and this and that on social media and things like that. They're an awful bunch, mate. They're an awful, awful, evil institution. That's what they are. Dark Web, I don't think we can get the games that Carrick had. I don't think yesterday's game that Carrick had any plan B or C. What can you do with the players that he's got, though, Dark Web? What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? It's the same old, isn't it? Same old players for many, many years. You can't break the low block. You know, it took Amram months to try and get us to break the low block. Alex, they basically sign managers to use them as scapegoats and use the smoke screen of we chose the right person to lead the team, but they're all yes men to a point, and when they say something, they get and they get ridiculed and end up getting fired. Yeah, exactly, Alex, exactly. Corner to Manchester City here, still 1-0 to Bournemouth, still 4-0 to Brighton. Simon, I'm surprised they haven't tried to silence you and Mark. They have, Simon. They have. Yeah. They have tried to mess about my monetization on some matches, yeah. On some streams, yeah. They have. Richard, Bruno was awful yesterday, so he needs to be sold. I don't know, mate. Like I said, I'm just, I'm at the point now, Rich, where I'm just like, what do I do? I can't even be bothered now, like blaming the players or what, just like, Gregory, Simon, do you think there is no attempt? Yeah. Leffer, thoughts on Dorgu? I think Dorgu's a good player, but we're relying too much on him. We need another left midfielder. I think we purchased Dorgu as a left back. Let's not forget that, right? We purchased Dorgu as a left back. Dorgu is a left back, but because we got this love affair with Luke Shaw, and he's loved in the club, by the way, not just Carrick, in the club, that we won't move away from Shaw. Corner taken by Anderson here, guys, for Manchester City. Good chance. Gay again. Gay again. Misses the opportunity there. Misses the opportunity. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you all, of course. Every single time. Just keeping Rashford is pathetic. So, Richard, it's weak. It's weak. It's weak. We're a soft touch. What does it make us look like after everything you said about Man United? What does it make us look like? Makes us look like a soft touch, doesn't it? At the end of the day, it's just the way we are. Brighton will be top. Yeah, Simon. Yeah, but you get that at the beginning of the season, don't you? I really wish. I look at them and I look at Brentford. I look at Brighton and I'm like, I wish we were them. Can you believe I'm thinking like this? I wish this was us. I wish we were the ones winning 4-0 and 3-0. Do you know what I mean? We should have done yesterday. We should have won 4-0 and 3-0 yesterday, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Some of us were saying 5-0. You know what I mean? We could have lost 5-0. That's how bad it was. You know what I mean? We could have lost 5-0. Definitely. It's a poor header from Mark Gay. Man City on dominating for me. It is a support cross from Semenyo. Very loopy. That's going to be a corner to Manchester City here. Corner to Man City. Man City looking to equalise. Obviously, they've been 1-0 down for quite a while. Bournemouth are playing very well defensively, though. Here come Man City. Man City on the attack. Let's not forget, here we go. There was a here we go today. Man City have signed Owa Bawadi, another linked player to Man United we don't get, by the way. Another one. Simon, Dorgu is a youngster, mate. He needs patience, not being slated like some fans are doing. Exactly, mate. Exactly, Simon. He's 20-odd years old. He's playing out of position, and I don't think he's been that bad, to be honest. I don't think he's the worst of the bunch. There's far more telling problems. And, what I would say, is that Dorgu needs time. But you know what Dorgu needs? He needs a squad, mate. He needs players that will give him an opportunity to have a rest sometimes, and sit this one out, play, nurture. We don't have a chance to nurture players because we ain't got enough players in the squad. But we have to throw them in the deep end, and that is dangerous. That's dangerous. When you throw players in the deep end, especially when they're young, it's dangerous. Dark Wolf, I wish they were us too, not just performance-wise, but the way they develop players and do business. Yes, Dark Wolf, I agree. Here come Man City on the left, sorry. It's a foul to Bournemouth. We only get by. Let me tell you something. We get by a lot by our name, Our name, our heritage, Man United, is why we go higher. We're lucky, that we have that. This is why we get the odd results. And one of the biggest pluses for Man United is Old Trafford. You know that? Old Trafford is one of the biggest pluses for Man United. And we're going to move away from that, by the way. I tell you what, we'll get relegated in a new stadium. Do you know that? I'll tell you that right now, the way Man United are playing. It's still 4-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion, guys. Obviously, Aston Villa are going to be like damage limitation, obviously down to 10 men. Aston Villa, João Gomez being sent off in his Premier League debut. Simon, yes, the likes of Keane, Robson, etc. used to protect the youth coming through. There's the type of midfielders we need. Yeah, we don't have that anymore, isn't it, Simon? We don't have these players protecting them. It's like the class of 92, isn't it? Class of 92 had Schmeichel, Keane, Pallister, Bruce. I think Pallister was still there. I think he was, yeah. Irwin, Andy Cole. We had up there at that time when the class of 92 came in. Eric Cantona, of course. When the class of 92 came in, like, they had winners there already. People were protecting them. You remember when Beckham got sent off in 1998 World Cup, right? The season we won the treble. There was, how protected was Beckham? Beckham was so protected by the Man United players. You know what I mean? So protected. It's like a family. What you mess with us, you don't mess with us. Even what Cantona did to that Crystal Palace fan, it epitomized what we were as a football club. You talk crap, things happen. It's basically like that. Do you know what I mean? It was like that. And that sort of strengthened us as well. Now we're soft touch. We're soft touch. Not intimidating at all, there. Alex, sorry, Gregory. Sir Jim will, I don't like him call him Sir for what, you know what I mean? Jim will have the monument to his ego, so he won't care about being relegated. Yeah. Because he knows how old he is. He knows that eventually he's going to be gone. And he knows that that stadium is going to be there with his name all over it, imprinted, Alex, the whole thing about Old Trafford is it's a great ground that has been relegated to disrepair because the Glazers don't care about heritage. They don't care about history. They don't care. Exactly. Bobby, I hope the new stadium doesn't go ahead. I hope so as well, Bobby. I hope it doesn't go ahead. It shouldn't go ahead. If Bertram really cared about Manchester, guys, there you go. Dark Wolf, bro, my team in America, we the fans relegated in 2008. Which team is it, Dark Wolf? You probably know who they are. We went through 2 bankruptcies, restarted in 2016 in the bottom league, and last year were the contenders. Relegation can be a reset. Not for Man United, no. Not for Man United. Because of our debt. And the Glazers won't leave either, so it won't make a difference. They won't, because they'll create commercial deals that will keep them there. They'll sell the best players as well. Kenny, Sangari was quality. I mean, it's almost like we weren't talking about Sangari for the last 6 months, isn't it, Kenny? Mamadou Sangari, we all know about him. He's better than Blaber, mate. We've been talking about Sangari for weeks, haven't we, Kenny? Isn't it crazy, isn't it? How these players come to the fore. Oh my goodness me, have you seen Sangari? Oh, yeah, we were talking about him for weeks and months, by the way. You know what I mean? On Stretford Post. People don't want to listen. 10 times the player that Blaber is, mate. You know what I mean? Bobby, looks like a bloody circus tent. It's horrible, mate. It's horrible. It's horrible. Anything that they build is horrible. I don't want to move away from Old Trafford. I'd rather rebuild Old Trafford. That's it. Michael, big up yourself. Which 3 teams will go down in Premier League this season? Watch my Premier League prediction show, Michael. It's on the video section of YouTube. Watch it. I'll give you my prediction. Simon, Sal, I remember in the 80s, Robson and McGrath attended a fundraising event at our local Catholic club. They were down to earth, mingling with the crowd, and brought everyone in the room a drink. Legends. They are, mate. They are legends. Right. I mean, obviously, when I started supporting Man United in late 80s, early 90s. Brian Robson was coming to the end of his career, so I got to see a little bit of Brian Robson. Brian Robson, if it wasn't for injuries, England would have won the World Cup in 1986. That's how good Brian Robson was. Captain Marvelous. He was an unbelievable player. Unbelievable. You know, one thing I agree with there, Simon, is the fact that they were good people as well. They were good people. No Marcus Rashford's about. Proper good people. Do you know what I mean? And absolutely. Big up Kelvin. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, pal. We don't need a stadium. They should invest on the squad, get better players to challenge. Exactly, my good man. Exactly, Kelvin. Exactly. When you are successful, this is the thing they don't understand, right? When you are successful, you can build your stadium organically with your own money, like Ferguson did with the Alex Ferguson stand and the Bobby Charlton stand and the South stand. When I was supporting Man United in the early days, I went to Old Trafford. There was no Stretford end. There was no Stretford end. They knocked it down. You know, they knocked it down. I went to Old Trafford. There was no Stretford end. You know, there was just a bunch of there was like a cardboard sort of fence. You know, I went to Highbury once. It was like that as well, by the way. But there was like a cardboard fence and some construction work going on. That was what it is. Even when we knocked down the old North Stand, right, and we rebuilt the North Stand, we played without a North Stand for months, without a North Stand, right? That big, tall, big, huge North Stand that you see with up in the clouds. If you go to the top, you're up with the clouds, like little Saputio pitch. You know, we played without it. So there's no excuses not to rebuild the stadium bit by bit. Invest, invest, invest. You don't have to do it straight away. Alex Ferguson was doing it. He built the quadrants. You remember? He built the North Stand. He built the Stretford end. He built the two Eastern and the West stands. And he built the quadrants as well. He got the quadrants built. The problem is we couldn't build the South Stand because of the railway at the back. There was a problem with that, but we would have got that done eventually. That was the problem. But Alex Ferguson kept up with the construction side of things. He kept up with the infrastructure side of things in regards to Old Trafford because he understood how important Old Trafford was. Still 1-0 to Bournemouth, guys. We've got about 29 minutes in this game going on. Still 4-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion in this game, guys. Obviously, Aston Villa down to 10 men. Like I said, probably damage limitations to Aston Villa. It's 4-0 there. Anderson is coming off. He's got a knock. Respect, big up. Alex, they are investing in other things, not the principle of what makes a great powerhouse in football. Exactly, Alex. Robbo put his body on the line for a win. We didn't back out exactly. When I first went, Sal, there was no seats. It was standing. Yeah, there were stands as well when I first went, especially on where the South Stand is now on the corner. There was all stands there. And it was different back then. But it was the late 80s, you know what I mean? And it was a while ago. But I saw the development of Old Trafford throughout the years as I kept going, and you saw the development. It was impressive, what Alex Ferguson built. But for us just to turn around now and say, that's it, we don't really need it now. Let's move to a new stadium. I think it's a disgrace, man. I really do. And kids got in for free, yeah. I used to know one guy. He used to go every single week from London because I'm from East London. So I used to know one guy who used to go every single week, No draws in the Premier League so far. What are the odds in that? Dark Wolf. Ephraim, good afternoon, Sal. Good afternoon, Ephraim. How you doing, my friend? Simon, you think Sir Rat will let kids in for free? Not a chance, mate. No way. Right. He's not a nice person, mate. It's as simple as that. What he does, guys, what I've heard, what he does, he's attacking people behind the back. People go against him, because he's so defensive. Belabor was spotted at Carrington doing his media duties today, by the way. Not just as long as you just let you guys know. Of course, he was spotted there doing all his media work and stuff, guys. All that media jazz. Gregory, Brian Wilson had a few terrific players on the team with him, such as Joe Jordan and centre forward. Yeah, but Brian Wilson was the best. He was the best we had at that time. Brian Wilson was the best. I think he's one of the best midfielders in Europe. Didn't matter who he played with. You know, it was unbelievable. Simon, we used to skip school and go to the cliff to watch them train back in the day. You won't be able to do that now, mate. You have to book it, Simon, like a ticket. You have to book it. And that's if they let you in. Do you know what I mean? They certainly wouldn't let me in. Obviously, Stretford Post. Oh, no, we don't want Stretford Post. Oh, no way. We don't want them. He's too honest. Yeah. You know, Remy Moses, God rest his soul, did all the little things to make Brian Robson shine next to him. Remy Moses didn't make Brian Robson shine. Remy Moses was a very good player, but Remy Moses did not make Brian Robson shine. Brian Robson shined, mate. Remy Moses was a fantastic player. God rest his soul. Was a fantastic player, but he didn't make him shine. You know what I mean? Brian Robson was Brian Robson. Remy Moses was Remy Moses. They were both fantastic players. None of them made each other shine. I like to think they made each other shine, not one or the other. You know what I mean? No way at all. Captain Marvel, Brian Robson could do it all, mate. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, no one made Brian Robson shine. You know, even though I like Remy Moses. And Remy Moses was an injury-prone player. He had injuries. That's why he didn't fulfill his duties. You know, because he had bad injuries, unfortunately. And that's what happened. Do you know what I mean? But nah, man. That's nobody. Brian Watson was world class, honestly. You know, Remy, fair play to him, but no, he didn't make him shine. No, you can't make world class players shine like that. That's like saying that Ryan Giggs made Cantona shine. You know, what I mean, this is not. You know, Alex, the whole idea of the Glazers in charge. Is they have the notion of just bleeding the fans. Absolutely, guys. Another unsung hero, Dennis the Menace Irwin. That's the type of left back we need. Great player, Dennis. Yeah, great player. Football, the universal. Anderson is the most overrated player. He ain't worth 160 million, but it's too early to analyze him now. I think he's been okay today. I don't think he's been that bad. But Man City look off it, definitely. But not just Anderson, the whole team. You know, I don't think he's worth 160 million, but at the end of the day, let's see it in a few games, see how he plays. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, the one thing about Anderson, he's been 2 years good playing football well, unlike our signings. Anyway, Marcus, is that American mentality of building a new stadium every few years and stacking the bill to guys, absolutely. Who's going to afford the buy stadium? Who's going to American owners? I don't think so, Simon. I don't think he's Anderson. I don't think he's crap. No, he's not crap, mate. He's not crap. No, that just sounds bitter, Simon. That sounds bitter. He's not crap. He's played well for 2 years. He got in the England squad a year ago. He's quite decent. He's got to bed into this team. It's a different environment. You've got to give him a chance. It's not just about cyber pass. If he's cyber passing, those cars for labor. You know what I mean? You can't even pass sideways. I mean, guys, oh my goodness. Chance, good save by the Bournemouth goalkeeper there. Still 4-0 Brighton, guys. The ball was in the net in Brighton, by the way, but it won't count. It's offside. Yeah, I don't look. I'm one of those guys. Just because they play for a rival, I'm not gonna say they're crap. Just because they play for a rival. Absolutely. I've seen enough of Anderson over the last 2 years to suggest he's a very good player. Whether he's worth 100 million, that's up in the air. But then again, I wouldn't say that. Baleba can lace his boots. At the end of the day, Baleba won't play for England. Anderson is a good player, Ephraim, yeah. But, people got, you got to have patience, mate. It's only the bloody first game of the season, for goodness sake. At the end of the day, I'm back now, guys. Apology about that. Sorry about the slight interruption there, guys. Cross comes in from City. Chance off. There you go. Cleared away. Arsenal look the most convincing so far. I can't lie. As for us and City, we got problems. Arsenal, yeah, they, Arsenal are a problem, mate. But let's see what happens. All we can do is hope, mate. All we can do is hope. That's all we can do is hope. That's all we can do, guys. Hopefully, yeah, lost you for a minute. Sorry, Simon. Yeah, sorry, it's my side. It was on my side, mate. It was on my side. It was on no one else's side. It was on my side, guys. Yeah, and I lose viewers like that. It's not good. You know what I mean? 15. It's not good. It's not good. It can't keep happening. Sorry, apologies to community. Rival fans don't see the value in great players because they are so blinded by rivalry that they don't see value in players that they have actual value. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. I thought Jim had the channel shut down for a minute. He won't, mate. He won't. Don't worry about that. He won't touch me, mate. If Jim Ratcliffe got my channel shut down, I'll shut him down, mate. One time. He won't. He don't understand what I can do, mate. I mean, I don't. Yeah. Anyway, cross comes in. Big up, Asif. How you doing, mate? This year's title is wide open once again with only a few players separating clubs. I think second place is wide open, but I don't think the first place. I think that the first place is going to be Arsenal. Jim's in the background. He's coming in. He's coming for me, Bobby. We can't let him come for me. You guys have got to protect me, mate. It does look like Martinelli is going to go to Saudi Arabia, by the way. It does look that way. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. Thank you, everyone who's joined me so far. Don't forget, I'm back. I'm back as well. I'm having a short break. Then we got the Liverpool Newcastle game, guys. Straight after this game, we got the Liverpool against Newcastle game, which should be interesting. Big up everyone, guys. Though, thank you, everyone. Don't forget to smash a like, though, guys. Please, helps the channel a lot. It helps the channel a lot. Absolutely. Still 1-0 to Bournemouth would be an amazing result. I know that everyone's going to compare Man City to Man United now. Watch what's going to happen, guys. This is what the bootlickers have come to, comparing us to other teams that lose. This I see it as a bad thing because we had a great opportunity. That means our opportunity. We missed our opportunity, didn't it? Man City lose and this and that. Spurs lose. We had a great opportunity and we couldn't beat Hull. Gregory, except for Arsenal, the other big clubs all have new managers. Arsenal, the only club. They're the only manager that that has won the league. That's the thing in regards to a manager. Would you get Martinelli out? No, I would not. Don't rate him at all, Simon. Alex, I mean, I feel like if they start shutting down fan channels just because they are speaking the truth, it's kind of like the president of the country that it's a dictatorship, mate. Chance for Man City over the bar for Marlon. It's a dictatorship, mate. What, you can't speak now? Was a freedom of speech. Arsenal will be way ahead at the moment. Yeah, as we stand, they got the most experience. They got the most balanced team. They got the most. They work for their manager, don't they? They back their manager. The board back their manager. The board do whatever the manager wants. That's the thing. Adams is coming on, of course, a link to Man United. He's coming on for Bournemouth, by the way. Bournemouth are going to make about a few changes here. Guys, a bunch of changes here they're going to make. Absolutely. We've got about 18 minutes in this game to go, guys. 18 minutes in this game to go. Big up everyone who's in the community. Really appreciate you all, guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you, legends. Here comes City, though. Yeah, City don't look good at all. I did say that Maresca will be the first manager to be sacked. 20 likes from 50. Come on, guys. Smash that like, please. Come on, guys. Let's get that likes up. It's 20 likes from 50, man. Come on, man. That is incredible. Let's get to 50 likes, guys. Let's get to 50 likes. If we can get to 50 likes, that will be absolutely fantastic. Thank you, everyone who continues to support the channel. Guys, Man City here. Dominating possession, but nothing in the way of, press. Sal isn't based in the UK, so good luck. It's not about shutting him down, Gregory. It doesn't matter if I'm in the UK or not. I'm heavily involved with media. I'm heavily involved with what I've done, Gregory. It's not about whether I'm in the UK or not. There is such a thing called the internet. There is such a thing called these things that I can, you know, I can. You think I'm not in the UK that I can't show you? Don't think I'm not connected in the UK, Gregory. You'd be a fool to think that. Bobby, Glazers will try to pay off channels not to speak about them. Yes, Bobby, exactly. Exactly. But we got our own way. Don't worry about that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, look, you know, they can't take freedom. I would welcome any one of them on this channel to talk to me, have a conversation with me. I would welcome any one of those on this channel, any member of Man United board, and we'll have a proper conversation, but they won't do that, you know? Because they want to hear what they want. They want to hear things. Do you know what I mean? They want to hear things. They just want to hear things, you know? Simon, I feel better if they went all out and got Lewis Hall and Victor Osman. It would be great, Simon. Chance saved. Chance for Haaland again. It's not working out for Haaland right here. Kenny, I'm so mad pissed. If we had smashed Hull, we would have been top right now. Exactly, Kenny. Another opportunity missed. That's the mentality that I'm talking about. You know, we could have beat Hull. Simon, prime example of paid off channels, FUTV. That guy's a muppet. Well, I've said all I need to say. You know, at the end of the day, you know, they can do what they want. Fair play to them, but I don't agree with what they say. That's it. You know, that's my opinion. Right. And, you know, but I'm going to continue speaking the truth. It's as simple as that, you know, at the end of the day. I feel like as a collective, you know, we should be thinking about what's best for the football club. And that's it. As if Arteta has many advantages over other Premiers, you've got the back of the management. Yes, he has the best players in the Premier League. His bench is promising and he can replace. Yeah, he's got a massive squad as well. Absolutely. Gregory, I think the micromanaging word choice in the United Kingdom is a very real issue. So the micro choice, you wouldn't know about the UK, Gregory, about the UK. You Americans have a bad opinion about UK. You wouldn't know much about it. Sorry. But, you know, I've heard Americans talking about the UK. They don't really know much about it. You know what I mean? Freedom of speech should not be infringed. Exactly, Gregory. That's it. It shouldn't. It ain't. It ain't. At the end of the day, what is imagine I made a video. Imagine I made, like, I was in the music industry 20 years. Imagine I got some big music artist on a music video to make fun of them. What they're going to do then? If you got millions of views, what they're going to do? Nothing. Thomas, IFK Gothenburg drew today. Big up, Thomas, by letting in a goal in the 9th minute. I'm sorry, man. It's not a good weekend for you, Thomas, is it? Do you know what I mean? Not a good weekend for you, is it, mate? Really not. Sorry, bruv. Sorry. Arsenal are the epitome of backing your guy. It took 6 years, but they backed their man. The fans were loud. The fans were louder than the Man United fans. You know, when you remember when we had AFTV and we had troops and we had all them people there, and they were loud. Claude, God rest his soul, and that they were loud, but they stuck with it. It's a Swedish team, Kenny. Yes. It baffles me. People don't know who IFK Gothenburg is. God blimey. Come on, man. Goodness me. Do you think the Gunners will attain the title? Give me personally, I don't. Simon, give me 10 games, eh? Give me 10. Give me 5. Give me 5 games. I don't want to say that. I don't want to, but give me 5 games. There's too many people gaslighting them at the moment. I don't want to do that. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to do that. There's too many people gaslighting them. I'm not going to do that. You know, no. Yellow card here. I'm going to wait until 5 games, Simon. Give me 5 games. Look, as we stand, they're the most prepared. I would say they're most prepared. But as we know, Si, not the most prepared team wins the league all the time, is it? At the end of the day. Guys, we've got about 13 minutes to go in this game. It is still 1-0 to Bournemouth. As we are, guys. 1-0 to Bournemouth, guys. It's still 4-0 to Brighton, just to keep you updated. That game was over ages ago. I've got it on my screen, but, you know, just Aston Villa just spending. I think Brighton are taking their foot on the pedal. A few substitutions there, you know. Cross comes in. Chance for Bournemouth. Corner there. I wouldn't say management. It's ownership, Asif. I won't say management. It's the ownership, isn't it? The ownership is the problem. Management, I would say Carrick is a manager, isn't it? Amram is a manager. It's ownership that's the problem. The people who own the club are the problem. Absolutely. Let's see around December. Anything can change. Anything can change. But when you lose the Hull, it doesn't fill you with confidence. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't fill you with confidence at all because they're one of the crappiest teams and probably the crappiest team in the league. Guys, if you watch my Premier League prediction for the season show, I said Bournemouth will come bottom, and they will come bottom. By the way, they won't win for another 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Watch, guys. Remember these words. Bournemouth won't win for another few weeks. Simon, come on, Bournemouth. Sorry, a whole city won't win for another few weeks. Sorry. I've got some City friends to bombard. They are messaging me all sorts yesterday. Yeah, so have I. They can argue that they lost to Bournemouth and we lost to Hull, though, isn't it? That's the thing. Yeah, I got you, Asif. No problem. I thought you meant the management. Hope yesterday was a wake-up call for the owners. Do they need a wake-up call, though, Nicky? Do they need a wake-up call? They know the problems. They saw it last season. They've seen it the season before. They know it. They know what the problems are at this football club. Did they need a wake-up call? 11 minutes of this game to go, guys. Still 1-0 to Manchester, to Bournemouth, guys. Still 1-0 to Bournemouth. Come on. Oh, Donnarumma's got to be careful with pushing and all that. Scramming in the box, cleared away. Cleared away there. Bournemouth have been solid, to be fair. They've been solid. Yeah, big up everyone in the stream, guys. Thank you so much. Goal kick to Brighton, by the way. Couple of youngsters on for Aston Villa. Alisson Edwards has come on for Aston Villa. Aston Villa they've done well in this second half, but the first half killed them, didn't it? We all know Carrick didn't pick the transfers we've had exactly. He's had them given by the clowns in suits if they think they know better. Yes, too many chefs in the kitchen spoil the broth, don't they? At the end of the day. Next game is a bit of a headache because I don't like Newcastle and Liverpool, so that's a bit of a headache for me. Jack Grealish has come on. Foden has come off. Yeah, Liverpool gets Newcastle. It's traditionally a good game, but I would say that too many expired ingredients have been mixed. Yeah, definitely. Who put salt in the jam? It's just, it's very bitter, man. Honestly, it's there is too many people there. But you know why those people are there, guys? You know why those people are there? You know why the real reason why Wilcox, Bavada, and Vivell are there? Not because of scouting, guys. Don't get it twisted. Don't think about scouting. You know why they're there? They act as a barrier to Glinios, to the Ineos, and to the Glazers. They act as a barrier. They're like a barrier, guys. That's what they are. They're a barrier. So that we start talking about Wilcox, we start talking about the Glazers, we start talking about all this. We start talking about Barada, we talk about Vivell. We don't talk about Jim. You see, Jim hides. You see? He hides. He's a little rat. He hides. And then he disappears. Here come Man City. Man City with Haaland. Haaland is there. He's free. He didn't get it there quite. Haaland still 1-0. Haaland was open there. He didn't pick the pass in the end. He could have passed it. Still 4-0. Bobby, Sal, how do you deal with rival fans when they get too much? I'm sick to death of some people at work. You know what I do, Bobby? Can I be honest with you? And it's not the easiest thing to do. You know what I do? You don't have to mean it, okay? You don't have to mean it. But when you get rival fans at work, and I've been there, man, say, well done, mate. You're an amazing team. Fantastic. The way you play is unbelievable. Gaslight them. Gas them. right? In their face, not on not on online, but not in front of the community, but in their face, gas them, make them feel good, just because they have nothing to say. Then yeah, you're really good. We're crap, man. I'm fed up with us. Yeah, I don't want to talk about you know. Oh, 1-1. That's it. Bloody hell, mate. Corner comes in. I'm just seeing it now. Oh, mate. 1-1. They've equalized, Man City, guys. They've equalized. Unbelievable, guys. Yeah, 1-1. Hopefully they don't go on to win it, guys. Hopefully they don't go on to win it. I really do. Hope not, but it is, guys. Yeah, of course it is. I think it's like Gay or Haaland. Yeah, it's Gay with the goal. Bobby, it's one of the hardest things to do, right? It's one of the hardest things to do, right? But when you you know what, just feed things with positivity. Give them positivity, right? I know it's fake, and in your mind you're thinking this is fake. I don't really mean that, but you know what? When we win, because at the moment it's not a good idea to start arguing because you stress yourself out because at the moment our team are not showing as much passion as we are. We argue and we put ourselves on the firing line for them to do what they did yesterday. We do. So I'm not gonna defend them. I don't defend them now. I'll just say, listen, right, they're rubbish. Can't believe it. They're absolutely rubbish. You're brilliant. You're gonna win the league, mate. And that's what you do. And then it builds barriers as well. It actually makes friends, funny enough, and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But these people, it's annoying. I didn't want to go there. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, but there it is. City won, Bournemouth won. Mark Gay with the goal, guys. 1-1. The equalizer has gone in. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the thing. Gregory said it. They're winding up for a reaction. So what you do, what would annoy them is if you play along with it. Yeah, you're such a good teammate. We're crap, mate. We're crap. Are you lying though? At the moment, we lost to Hull, man. You know what I mean? No, you're just gonna say, yeah, well, we ain't got a leg to stand on. We didn't lose to bloody Barcelona. We lost to Hull. You know, unbelievable. Can't believe it. I never thought we would lose that. I thought a draw would be an awful result. You know what I mean? I thought a draw would be an absolutely atrocious result, but a loss. My goodness me, it's just such a disappointing thing. Simon, Ipswich won't be a pushover next week. Our players, yeah. Simon, you know what? Ipswich will be smelling blood, mate. Ipswich will be ready next week. They will know Man United are under a lot of pressure. Man United are under immense pressure. They know that. Yeah. Deflect. That's what you do. Deflect, or just compliment. That's what you do. Tell the truth. Bring it onto yourself. Yeah, we're crap. Yeah, I can't believe our board are rubbish. We got the worst ownership in the world. We're rubbish. And if they say, what about your ownership? And to tell them the truth, if you know your stuff, they shut up. They shut up. If they know their stuff. It's like when I was on the channel, another channel, and a Tottenham fan said, "Oh, they got no money," and I had to put them straight about we got no money, and I had to go through why we got money. And when you've got knowledge, when you got knowledge, they can't deflect it, they can't come back with it because you have more knowledge about Man United than them. So use your knowledge about Man United to tell them the history and why Man United are what we are. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know. So that's what I used to do, Bob. At work, exactly what you said. Not, I mean, don't go over the top, but you know what I mean. Um, don't give them a leg to stand on. Just tell the truth. Yeah, you're a really good team. Arsenal, yeah, probably win the league next season. Yeah, I really like the what Arteta's done there. Yeah, you've got the most settled side. The structure of the teams there have been there for 6 years. Man United have got the Jim Ratcliffe. He's a penny pincher, and kiddo, no support for Michael Carrick. Sold Gate coming in after December. Southgate, my goodness me. Then that will be a relegation. I just said that they did with Carlos Baleba around the world to make cheap decisions to fool their pockets. I mean, if Southgate comes into Man United, we might as well just call it quits, guys. Honest to God, if Southgate comes into Man United, forget about it, guys. It's over, guys. We've got a minute of this game of normal time to go, guys. Ryan's come off for Bournemouth. Gannon Doak is come on for Bournemouth, the youngster. Sal, United have been on the streak of giving away the records yesterday. It was one of the oldest records broken, homemade history by beating us. I'm lucky to live there. I mean, we've broken so many records, Asif, negatively over the recent years, haven't we? So many, you know? It's pathetic. Southgate opponent will be the final now in the coffin. Can it? It will be. It will be. It will be an awful moment. It will be a dreadful moment, mate. That guy, I've said all I need to say about that guy. You know, that guy had an array of talent at his disposal, you know, and he's been in big moments, big finals, and he's flopped. Do you know what I mean? Really, really big time. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Really appreciate you guys. Remember, guys, I have given you the link to the game after this, guys. So don't forget, join me for the Liverpool game, guys. That should be fun. The Liverpool game. Don't forget to join me for that. I will be live after this game for the Liverpool game, guys. After that, give me about 20 minutes and I'll be live afterwards, guys, for the Liverpool game. Absolutely. We're on 90 minutes here. We're 90 minutes here. It's still 4-0 to Brighton, by the way. Aston Villa haven't conceded again in this game, in that game. So they haven't conceded again. So fair play to them, guys. There we are. You see how much minutes is going to be added on for Man City time, should I say? They're gonna add Man City time onto this one, probably. You know, 90 minutes gone. 90 minutes gone. Grealish on the left-hand side. I can see Newcastle getting battered. You never know, Simon. You never know. It's a hard place to go, St. James's, but yeah, probably Liverpool will win that game. Right, you never know. I don't really particularly like any of those teams, but there's a chance to City. 2-1 to City, but he's offside, surely. Yeah, he's offside. Thank goodness for that. He's offside. He's offside. Is Lewis Hall in the starting 11? And I'm gonna have a look. He is. He's in the starting 11. Lewis Hall's in the starting 11, so it's not particularly good news for Man United, is it? You know, not particularly. He's in the starting 11. Goal given, 2-1. No. Is it given? Ah, mate. Not good news then. Yeah. Oh, mate. City are 2-1 up, guys. Another VAR decision. That's a VAR. Nah, man. That's offside, mate. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, guys. That's offside. But City are winning, guys. 2-1. City are winning 2-1. They've won it in the end. In the end, they've won it. They got it wrong there. City have got it wrong. Peter, well, here we go again, isn't it? It's just the same thing, isn't it, guys? The same old. Yeah, he might just be onside. No, it's onside, guys. I'll be honest, it's onside. It's onside. He's onside. Yeah, he's onside. The guy plays him on the left. Just about. He played him on. It's onside. I'm going to be honest. It's onside, mate. It's onside by an arm. Yeah, it's about a few inches onside. Yeah, it's onside. Yeah. Yeah. Well, City have shown how you win games. Sometimes you have to win ugly, but they're going to win ugly here. You know what I mean, guys? But Brighton are winning. You know, They always score it, innit? They always get those late goals, don't they, guys? They always get them late goals, don't they? I wanted that to be a draw, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? They always get them late goals. Yeah. They always get them. Brighton 4, Aston Villa 0 is finished, guys. That game is finished now. 4-0 to Brighton. That game is over, I believe, now, if I'm not wrong. It should be over. We're on 95 minutes. Yellow card to Matty Cash. Yeah, it's finished there. That game's finished now. 4-0 to Brighton. Unbelievable result for them. A magnificent result. Man City are going to fluke this one out, guys, by 2-1. They're going to fluke this one out. Big fluke. You know what I mean? Big fluke. They got through in the end. 2-1. They didn't deserve it, to be fair. I'll be honest, they didn't deserve it, but they got it. And that's the thing, you know. They won 2-1. There you go. Grealish. 3rd minute's up of injury time. Probably 1 minute extra for the VAR. Here come Bournemouth. Bournemouth get the ball back. Kicked up field. They need to get people up. I don't think it's going to happen for them. Don't think it's going to happen for them, guys. Full time. Man City have defeated Bournemouth by 2-1, guys. Not the result we were hoping for, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Man City have won the game by 2-1, guys, courtesy of a late goal, which was obviously questionable, went to VAR, guys. That's the end of that game, guys. Join me for the Liverpool game in about 25 minutes. It's finished there, guys. 2-1 to Bournemouth and 4-0 to Brighton against Aston Villa, guys. Well, yeah, Man City have won. Not deserved, though. Definitely not deserved. That's a flip. I was not impressed with Man City, though, I'll be honest. Not impressed with Man City at all. They look very, very flat, in my opinion. But what can I say? They won, didn't they? Unlike us. Do you know what I mean? Guys, I'm going to be back in a minute. See you in a bit, guys. And don't forget to smash the like, subscribe to the channel. See you for the Liverpool game in a bit, guys. Take it easy. Peace.